So
Appreciate it. Thank you.
let's go ahead and reintroduce ourselves, gentlemen.
Yeah, Jesse Monreal. I'm one of the sales managers here at the GM store. Happy to be here.
Yeah, and Paul Miller, also a sales manager at the GM store at Rydell and Grand Forks.
All right.
Thank you for having us back, Mike.
Hey, no, glad you came back. So that's good that we didn't scare you away, which is most important. Well, y'all know the drill and you know the routine. You can go ahead and give us a call or a text at 775-5559 with questions about sales. So while we're waiting for that, I think y'all had some stuff you wanted to talk about right out of the gate. Is that right?
Yeah, for sure. And, I think one thing that I wanted to just highlight here on the many things that Rydell offers is nice care. So when it comes to looking at pre-owned vehicles, right, we know, too, that it's a big decision when purchasing a vehicle. So what we want to head and do is make it as seamless as possible. So when you do purchase your pre-owned vehicle with nice care, that will take care of 8 wearable items for you for the first year or 12,000 miles at our dealership. So things that you can expect to have being taken care of would be like tires, brakes, battery, bulbs, belts, hoses, spark plugs, and wiper blades. So just when you're looking for your next pre-owned vehicle, please do stop in. And if you do see the Nice Care logo on there, that's what that means. And then also, too, to keep adding on to it, we just want to make sure we can pass on all the convenience. If you're looking at a vehicle that is a gas vehicle, we will also do 3 services to that vehicle within the first year of 15,000 miles, things like tire rotations and oil changes. So plenty of value. Hopefully we'll see you on the lot today. It is a beautiful day. Hopefully we'll see you out there.
Yeah, we've got over 300 pre-owned vehicles in our inventory now, and something that you don't really get with pre-owned vehicles typically is peace of mind with like what Jesse had mentioned. We also have a 7-day money-back guarantee on our pre-owned inventory, and a lot of those Nice Care units will come with a 30-day exchange as well. So another philosophy we have is you can't buy the wrong pre-owned vehicle from us here at Rydell.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, now that is confidence, and it is confidence well placed. So 775-5559. You've got a question for Jesse or Paul on this Rydell's Car Talk. A Tuesday edition is when we usually do it, so sales, they can certainly help you out. And if it deals with another section of the store, well, they can point you in the right direction. So a lot of times we get a little cross-chat, and that's okay. They can point you in the direction that you need to go to. 775-5559. You're on with Jesse and Paul. Go ahead, caller.
Got a question for Paul. What happened? I bought a new Chevy convertible from Leonard Rydell in 1963 for $3,000. I bought a new truck in 1977 for $5,000 and a new Corvette for under $9,000. Now I drive through the used car lots. Everything is $15,000 to $40,000 up to $90,000, and the cars aren't any better. I don't think. I'd rather have a used truck from back in the 70s. I've been selling used vehicles for 40 years, and I don't think the quality has improved, just the price. What do you think, guys? Thanks.
All right. Well,
thanks for your call. That is a fantastic question. Like with a lot of things nowadays, everything's just going up in price. Inflation's a big thing. And I do think you're right. A lot of these developments in vehicles have gotten more expensive, whether you like it, whether you don't like it. They're adding a lot of technology, electronics, computers into vehicles. I mean, you're looking at even base models anymore. You can't get the roll-up windows, and everything's got cruise control. So I'd like to say a lot of it has to do with inflation and just even the cost to produce these vehicles. The cost of materials have gone up. The cost of implementing these computers and sensors into vehicles, it's gotten more expensive, that's for sure. But just like you go to the grocery store and you see eggs have gotten more expensive. Same exact product right there, but costs, triple, quadruple the price too. So it's just one of those things. Everything's getting more expensive. I don't like it just as much as you don't either. It makes it tougher to sell them too, Yeah.
And I will say too, obviously, vehicles in the past had obviously their features and convenience as well, and things that made it a lot to be more affordable. So, given prices being up there too, I think that's another thing too, for sure. All of us pride ourselves in at Rydell is making sure that our vehicles that we do have are priced to move. So, in a time now when vehicles are, getting up there, it's a nice thing to know that you're working with a volume dealership like us, that we want to make sure that we can get our vehicles out there and have our guests enjoying these vehicles, even with these prices that might be going up. But I can tell you that a lot of times if you look at our vehicles, whether it be through the Car Gurus of the world or the Carfax, you'll be pleasantly thrilled with our prices there because, we have them there for everyone to see. Our competitors can see, so we feel very proud of our numbers there. So feel free to stop in and just take a look at vehicles that we have, and I'm sure we have the right vehicle at the right price for you.
This is something pretty neat Morgan just showed me here. She pulled up a CPI inflation calculator, January 1970. $9,000 has the same buying power today as $76,000. So that plays a big part into it as well, too. Yeah. That's unbelievable. That's a lot higher than I thought it was.
Exactly. Well, and you mentioned it, Paul, the bells and whistles that have gone into the vehicles, too. Yeah. You know, it was a stick shift, a transmission, 4 wheels, and an engine.
Oh, yeah.
You know, very basic vehicles. Now they've got all the safety features. They've got all the electronics. And, you know, the inflation is a part of it. That's pretty incredible. I didn't realize it was that much. Holy moly. So 775-5559, we got a couple of texts here that folks are asking some questions. Let's see what's up with the valve body issue on the transmissions of some of the newer GMCs I've been hearing about. I know you few guys have had problems on their Sierras and back-ordered parts, wait time anywhere from 3 to 6 months. So that might be more of a mechanic question. But.
Yeah, I definitely would say that. But, you know, things are going to happen, and unfortunately happen even on brand new vehicles. But if they do, you know, the nice thing too is you're working with people that care about these situations that are occurring with brand new vehicles. So I know General Motors is on top of this and trying to have this so not to be an inconvenience to our guests that are buying these vehicles. But if they are happening with our guests that are buying these vehicles at Rydell, is that we're doing everything we can as well to try to get them back their vehicle so they can get back to enjoying it. So in a time where certain things are coming up that there is maybe back order parts and things like that, at least you're working with real people that genuinely care about the situation and are trying to correct it as soon as possible.
So a texter ponders, so greed has nothing to do with the prices? Probably not, no. I mean, it depends on how you define greed. If wanting to make more money to pay your employees better, to pay the rent, to get the highest product out there available, if that's how you define greed, sure. But, you know, I think it's inflation. I mean, you heard the number that was quoted about how the value has gone through the roof.
Sure. Rough. And then the other thing, too, is, you know, with prices going up and things of that nature, again, we're trying to do everything we can to pass on the convenience on to our guests. And it's, you know, when numbers are associated with it, too, it's like, what are you getting with the service? And when you come into Rydell, you're getting a lot of value from the vehicle, the explanation, and then also the service during the process and then after the fact, too. So, you know, I just also want that to be known. Sometimes, obviously, the price that we're spending is important, but also the service that you're getting with what you're purchasing for, I could say, is going to be top-notch when you're shopping at Rydell.
Exactly. So another text to 775-5559. Do new vehicles still have the option and instructions of how to turn off the seatbelt alarm?
Not necessarily, and the reason is that beeping's supposed to be annoying to make you put on your seatbelt, but
it's a federal thing.
You know, there's of course ways around it too, whether they're legal or illegal, and there's ways to look it up too. But no, there's unfortunately not a way that you can shut off that annoying alarm to telling you to buckle up your seatbelt.
Yeah, it's a safety reason, but we won't go down that particular road right now. Back in the 60s and 70s, you were lucky to get 100,000 miles out of a vehicle, way more today. So exactly another reason why the costs have gone up, because of dependability. You're getting more for what you pay for.
Sure.
Exactly.
100%.
Yep, 775-5559. I think I have all the texts right there at the moment. So if you've got a question, you can certainly call or text to 775-5559. And you're on with Paul and Jesse. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, I got a 2005 Colorado. And, you know, the light stays on because sometimes in town I don't fasten my seatbelt. It's more often than not. But it fixed itself. The sound deal burned out. You never heard that before?
No,
we haven't.
I guess that's a good way around it.
Is that a factory? Is that a factory deal, or they just kind of like burn themselves out?
Good Lord. Okay.
Yeah, maybe that's.
I'll check. I should check the fuse, and then what do you recommend then?
Well, these are sales, remember, not the mechanic side, but they can point you in the right direction.
You know, but your safety is super valuable to us. So why don't you come on in?
Yeah.
Let one of our advisors take a look at that and see what it is to get that fixed.
All right. Thanks for the
think
call.
About it. Bye.
Okay, right on. We'll see you there.
Jeez. So what else is going on today? Because I know we've got no calls or texts right at the moment. So what else is in your world at the sales realm?
Yeah. No, that's a great question. So new month in July brings new rebates and incentives. So we are currently working on some lease specials. So stay tuned for that. We'll probably unveil those next week after the big holiday weekend. We are open standard hours today, tomorrow, and I believe Thursday. And then we're closed down for the 4th of July on Friday, and we're also closed down all weekend, so we'll be back to it come Monday.
Yeah.
So that way we can enjoy the weekend at the lakes and celebrating, the birth of America right alongside you guys.
Yeah, a good long break, much deserved, I would say. You're listening to a Rydell Car Talk Tuesday. Mark Ewens, glad to be with you. Jesse and Paul. Sales in studio. If you've got a question, 775-5559. More than happy to entertain. And if it's to do with some other section of the motor industry, they can certainly point you in the right direction. So at the moment, all is clear. So it gives you free rein to make some more commentary.
Yep, absolutely. So, going into this holiday weekend, the one thing, too, that I also want to let people know is that with your guys' busy schedules, we do have it set up for Rydell Delivers as well to make it nice and convenient for the people that live in North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota. So if you are in those states and you're looking for a vehicle but just can't find the time to stop on in or get a better idea of the vehicle, just know we have a remote buying process that is intended to be extremely convenient, and those deliveries to North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota does not cost extra. We just want to be able to make it super convenient. So if you are looking for a vehicle, just can't find the time, you could give us a call at 701-772-7211, and we'll be more than happy to assist you with the remote buying process. So I just want to make sure that is known to the public.
Let's see. One pickup starts a text to 775-5559. One pickup, one car for the price of another car, but it or pick it up has been found to be a Ford. Can you swing it? A little talk to text little thing there. So
you stumped me on that one. I don't know how to answer that.
Yeah, that's one pickup, one car for the price of another car, but it or pick it up, but it has to be a Ford. Can you swing it? So sounds like they want to do a trade.
Sure, yeah, and we do have a great selection. I want to say over 300 cars here, as Paul was mentioning. So with that being said, I know we have the right vehicle there yet too. And if it is a Ford that we have, perfect. And if we don't have exactly what you're looking for in that Ford, I feel we should have those set of features, miles in a particular different vehicle, at least to show you those options there. But we welcome all trades. We welcome guests who just looking to come in and sell us their vehicles without trading the vehicle in as well. So acquisition for us is super important, so that way we can keep giving the public plenty of options that they're looking for.
Okay, here's the clarification text. Yes, it has to be a Ford. You think you could find one. So
yeah, absolutely.
We've got not only GM vehicles in our inventory when it comes to pre-owned, but we have all makes and models that we get in on trade. And like Jesse said, we are actually looking to acquire local trades in the market too. So if you're thinking of selling your vehicle, you got an extra you no longer need, I'd encourage you to stop on by. We've got an awesome team that would love to evaluate your vehicle and give you a cash offer same day on the spot. And the cool thing is too, one of our brand promises at Rydell is we deal with an actual cash value. So whether you to buy a new vehicle, pre-owned, just sell it outright, no matter how you pay, what other form, it's all the same. So that way you know that's truly what your vehicle is worth.
There you go. 775-5559. You can call or text a question for Jesse. What would you recommend that is price conscious for a woman with 2 young kids and a big dog?
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for the question. I would say, one of my favorites is going to be the Equinox or a Terrain. And I was just out on the lot today working on my tan and making sure that the lot was looking clean. And we do have a good variety of options when it comes to the Equinox, ranging from different prices there, but super affordable. So I would definitely recommend an Equinox. Really good on fuel. The safety rating is extremely high. Really good visibility on that. And then plenty of room in the cargo space there, too, if that's where you want to go ahead and bring the pup. Maybe a little bit of luggage here and there, but should definitely fit the 2 kiddos and the pup in there. So, again, if you want to go ahead and set up a time maybe to take a look at some options, we'd be more than happy to help out. Just give us a call at 701-772-7211.
Yeah, I think you answered the follow-up question, any sales on something that would fit. So there you go. All right. Yeah. So Paul and Jesse in studio on this Rydell Car Talk Tuesday. Sales, once again. So, and if there's a question about some other part of the business, they can point you in the right direction. Why do your salesman or salesperson ride along with you during a test drive?
Yeah. It's a fantastic question. So part of it is a liability thing, riding along with you in the vehicle. However, I understand if you're not comfortable with that for whatever reason, we do typically have loaner agreements where if you bring in your license insurance card, you can take it on an extended demo. Or perhaps just by yourself around the block quick if that's what you'd like. But they're there not only for liability, but in case you do have questions. A lot of times, like we talked about, these vehicles have an incredible amount of features and just different buttons and gadgets. So we want to make sure that any questions that you have, they're immediately answered while you're driving the vehicle and demoing it.
Yeah, very well said, Paul.
Yeah,
I agree.
and that's what y'all did for me the last time I purchased a vehicle from you. Plus, I had my wife with me, so they knew that I was safe.
Yeah.
I had my adult supervision.
Yeah,
It was like,
100%.
he'll come back.
Yeah, for sure.
Rydell Car Talk Tuesday on this 1310 AM 103.3 107.9 KNOX FM. Mark Ewens, glad to be with you on this Tuesday edition. Paul and Jesse in studio, sales on this Rydell Car Talk. Our time always just goes by so quickly. Another text to that said number. Let's see here. When I was in the car business, another dealership had a vehicle stolen because the salesman did not go riding with them. So unfortunately, that probably happens.
Yeah, see, that's part of it. I'd say with cameras and technology nowadays, I can't say we really see that too often, but that's, again, a liability thing. That stuff can happen. There's always bad apples out there that ruin it for everybody, right? So
Sure. And this little GPS thing that is often enabled now in more and more vehicles makes it a little more difficult to get away from that. But yeah. And it's a safety factor, too, for those, because what happens if somebody has a medical problem? Yeah. Let me see. Does Rydell buy cars from individuals? I have a 49 Cadillac I would like to sell. 49? Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So if you're looking to just sell it outright, definitely stop on in. We can take a look at the vehicle, or again, if you even want to do that remotely as well. If you could just provide us with the VIN, and then it's maybe a few minutes here just to talk about the overall condition of the vehicle, put some notes together, and then put an offer together. See if that would work for you.
So here's a good one for you, gentlemen. What are the biggest myths in car sales?
Ooh, biggest myths. I'd just say the overall stigma with the car industry, and I think Rydell, we do a great job of trying to stay away from that. There's always that thought of the sleazy car salesman, and in fact, our staff is paid on non-commission. They're actually paid on volume and customer satisfaction. So meaning, regardless of the vehicle that you purchase, regardless of the price, if it's a $5,000 car, $50,000 car, new or used, they're compensated the same either way. So it just helps them focus on your wants and needs and what's important in a vehicle for you, and as well as our best price too. A lot of dealers hide their price; they're not transparent. We put our best price up front on the windshield of all the cars in the lot, online as well, for everyone to see, not only customers but competition too. So there's just a lot of transparency in doing business with us, and just knowing you're in the right hands with the consultants that are on our team.
Yeah. And that is kind of the beauty, too, of a small town, is that you've got that maintain that level of responsibility and access and transparency.
Absolutely.
So, that is a powerful thing. So, well said, sir. So 775-5559 in our waning minutes together. You have Paul and Jesse in studio from sales on this Rydell Car Talk Tuesday. If you've got a question for them about sales, and if it's about another section of the shop, they know who to point you in which direction to keep you moving forward. What would you like to kind of start finishing up with there, guys?
Yeah, no, I think Paul did a great job there explaining, or removing some of those myths there. And really, that's all we want to do there, is just letting you know that when you come through the door, you're going to be treated with respect. We're genuinely there to find you the right vehicle, and remove the negotiation out of it just because your time is too valuable. Come in on in, having someone treat you with respect, show you the vehicle, make sure all the features and whatnot is explained throughout your purchase, and then just knowing that every time you come in, that's what you can expect. So if you have a great time, you can go ahead and know that when a relative comes in there, a family, a friend, whatever the case is, they're going to have the same level of care.
Yeah, that's why is there different freight charges for similar vehicles in the buying process? I don't know.
Well, that's a fantastic question. I would assume you're referring to on the window sticker. A lot of times there's that shipping charge. I'm not super well versed, to be honest. I've seen between different dealers different fees in that freight and shipping, but my guess is it's just a charge from the factory that is passed along to the dealership and the guest in order to not only build the vehicle but get it transported safely and properly. These are built all over the United States, even in other countries. So the process of shipping them, whether that be overseas or on freight, as you can imagine, is pretty costly. So they just allows us to transport the vehicles, get them to the dealership, get them to the lot, and get them essentially in your driveway.
There you go. Here's one for you, gentlemen. Is Rydell best price negotiable? I love a good barter.
Yeah, no, for sure. And we can appreciate that, too, as far as wanting to negotiate. However, what we found is that over 60% of our guests found the negotiation process to be distasteful. And the reality is every dealership knows what their best price is. They're just hoping that you pay a little bit more. They know what your trade's worth. They're just hoping you take a little bit less. We're just the mindset of, hey, why don't you come on in? We'll treat you with respect. We'll put our best price out there right away from the very beginning. So we just want to remove that again, and everything too. As far as our pricing goes, we have a dedicated team overlooking our inventory every 30 days here to make sure that we're priced accordingly, and then we can keep taking care of the public. So with that being said, if you come on in and we can find you the right vehicle, if we can agree on the numbers, great. If not, we'll shake hands and part friends.
Our never boring, sometimes very exciting chat room. The thing I hate in the new cars is the start-stop feature. It's annoying as hell.
Yeah, I don't know of a single person that is like, oh my gosh, I like that feature, right? So I will say at least they give us the ability that there's actually a kill switch in these vehicles now.
Sure.
So over the last 4 or 5 years, they've developed that. You still have to press it every time you turn on your vehicle, but you do have that ability to shut that off if it's a nuisance to you.
Yeah. Oh, well. Any final thoughts, gentlemen, before I cut you loose?
Just thank you guys so much for having us on here. And then, again, I just can't say enough. If you do make your way in, just thankful for the opportunity to take care of you, get to know you, and make sure that anytime you're needing any vehicle services done, that we're the place you guys think of.
Yeah.
There you go.
I can speak for Jesse, too. We're grateful to be here. Appreciate all your guys' inquiries, questions. We're more than happy to answer it. Like I said, there's a lot of stigmas and a lot of uncertainty with the car business. So if there's anything we can do to bring down those barriers, in any way possible, I know it can be kind of intimidating stopping in person. So if this is a way that we can help answer those questions, would love to. Otherwise, feel free to call in. Use our internet or remote buying process. We'd love to help out too, but you can reach us at 701-772-7211. We'd love to assist in your car shopping.
There you go. Follow up. My wife turns hers off, so I guess I don't know. Okay. So, yeah, they love that start-stop button. Paul, Jesse, thank you again for taking the time to come on out and visit with us on this 1st of July already.
Yeah,
holy
absolutely.
moly.
Year's
Thank you
halfway
for
over.
having us.
Yes, thank you so much, Mark.
Halfway over. Jeez. Okay. Rydell Car Talk Tuesday, every Tuesday in the first 30 minutes or so of a KNOX afternoon. Glad that you folks are here. Coming up next, we'll have an update from the KNOX newsroom.